Tux wanted to go up, but Marty was at the top of the stairs, so he chose to avoid that scene. Hi. Go on up, Tux. Come on, Tuxie. Come on. There he comes. He goes, I come, Mom, but not when there's other people between me and there. Well, you were... Hi, Morris. Hi. Hi, buddy. Good morning. Good morning. Come on, Martin. I'm sorry. I just like to say hi to Morris. My statue Stripe is walking the yard. I saw him. He was in the house for a little bit already. Here you go, Marty. If you don't want a crowd, or if you do want a crowd, that's okay too. It's 44 out here right now. We did not have a frost. I knew they were nuts yesterday. First off, it was too warm. Second off, the low wasn't going to be that cold. And third off, we had wind at midnight. It can obviously stop, but the local weather guy said, yeah, it's going to be windy. Don't be surprised if you don't see any frost. I'm like, okay, well then why is the National Weather Service calling for frost in Fuquay? Earlier in the day, the maps made sense, and then as the day went on, they added more people, and I'm like, yeah. You can see I blew yesterday. When we put Ruby up after we got home and shuffled things around, I blew out here. It was a wave, a mound, a tsunami of leaves going down the hill over there. I'm trying to get them down the hill this year as best I can. I did not do the grassy area. I'm sure this afternoon I will get out here with the blower and do a little more. I started with the driveway. We're supposed to have rain tomorrow. Anywhere from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches. The weatherman called it a soaking rain. So I will definitely be, now that I'm thinking about it, out here blowing before that happens. It won't stop them from coming down with the rain and it being all covered again, but it will still keep things from getting too tall, too thick, too messed up out here. It's chilly enough now that when I'm out in the mornings, I'm really making sure that the heating pads are still on. Pretty blue sky up there today. No complaints about the weather or really anything. I'm going to miss my car dropping her off. Hopefully they'll do right by us and they won't have her more than a week. Morning, Gray. Hi, sweet pea. Hi. Hello. Good girl. Good morning. I'm driving Jules. Don's taking Ruby. He says the parking lot up there is a disaster like Tesla, and he'll just handle putting Ruby someplace.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to try to do something.
Okay. I'll see you up there. I won't worry about necessarily keeping up with you. Yeah, Caliber Collision is off of Maynard Road in Cary. And I guess maybe not too far from Whole Foods. The biggest thing, the difference about driving the X versus driving the Y is blind spot detection. Obviously on the Y, I'm getting the little pop-up camera thing going on. And, you know, in Ruby, I have to rely on the little red car icon up in the driver instrument cluster. I still wish Ruby had the cameras too. But, yeah, I mean, there's a few stalks or buttons or things that are different, but mostly the blind spot detection are the two things I have to get my head around when I switch cars. Dawn must have gone inside to drop off Ruby, and yeah, she's there next to a Model 3 and an Ioniq 5. I think there's room for me on the other side of the FedEx truck. There's a lot. Don said there were a lot of Teslas here, and he's not mistaken. Wow. There's also a Mach-E over here. Since we're up here by Bond Park in Cary, we're gonna do our walk today at Bond Park. We're not intimately familiar with the trails over here, but we'll sort it out. We have been here before. This is where we met up with David and rode on the little, I loosely say autonomous bus that they were testing here. I forget what it was called now, but it was used to get people from one side of the park to the other. They were just looping slowly around the park while they were testing out the features.
Right.
But it had a attendant at that time, so yeah, my key battery is low for Jules, so we're getting messages. Oh, look at that. They have charging and they have 2 Teslas charging.
Yeah.
And one of them's the new Quicksilver color.
Yeah.
Way cool.
Yeah.
So it's called EV Connect, this particular charging system. Station ID 113107.
Right.
It looks like it might be free. It just says scan it and start it, and
Right. This car's been here for 2 hours and 33 minutes. It's put 29.8 kilowatt hours in. Energy cost is 00.00. Parking fee is 00.00. Grand total is 00.00.
so these are free.
These are free.
And it says electric vehicle charging only, and it's provided by Duke Energy, it says over here on this sign. So, well, I told Dawn if they're going to install it, you got to use it, or they don't think they need to install it.
This one is charged complete. It's not doing anything. It's got a big green check mark, and it's drawing 0 kilowatts. It's been here for 2 hours and 54 minutes.
Okay.
So this person is being inconsiderate.
Well, I'm going to assume that they're on their way soon to unplug and move.
Right. Well, it's possible with the J1772 thing, you could just pull that out. I don't think you can pull the adapter out. There's actually a little...
Those are really long charging cables.
You can park right here. Now, I'm not going to touch the car, but there is a white sticker on it.
Right, well, if somebody else came close, maybe...
Oh, it's got the people's name and phone number on it.
Oh, so you could call them and they'd come.
Okay to unplug?
You could call them. Okay, well, that works too. Communication is key. I'm a little cold, but we're going to take the hike around the lake, which is about a 2-mile hike, and that'll put us out in the sun a little bit. And I'm sure once we get moving, I'll be good. There's just a breeze today. It's not really cold, but out in the open, there's a good breeze. This was certainly pretty the last time we were here. I think the trail is way up on the hill over there on the other side. But like we said, it's about 2 miles. I remember down at the one end, Donnie, we were in the dirt for a bit. Like, it goes out there, but there is one spot where it's not as pretty as this is. Hopefully I found the trail. I hope. This is kind of neat, whatever those are supposed to be. Little colorful mushrooms. They have a nice bathroom facility. They rent boats here, obviously. Picnic tables, first come, first serve. Well, there's a heron. Yeah, we got to figure out where the trail is, because I've come down to the boat launch and this is not where the trail is. Sure, I wanted to see the pretty water. But this is one of those walks where all the way around you get to see the water for most of the walk. And I like to walk around water because of the extra wildlife. And you watch the heron, he's going to take off. Or he's smart enough to know I can't get out there. Pretty views here for sure today. We're up on top of the dam now. If you want paved down below. If you want to see,
what fun is that? You can't see the water.
You can't see the water. That would not be my choice ever. And we're just gonna go around the water. Jules is over there. The amount of Pokestops here is almost overwhelming. There are so many Pokestops here. People come here for Community Day. This is supposed to, telling Dawn, this is supposed to be the absolute best spot to play Pokemon in the entire Triangle area. And I forgot my watch today, so I'm actually having to pay attention and play a little bit. There's lots of Pokestops it doesn't think I've ever spun. And I'm trying to get the medal that says I've spun n number of unique Pokestops. This whole area in through here is filled in with maple leaf viburnum. And you might remember I planted one of those in my yard and it flowered and it looked totally happy. I bought a stick from someplace and then it died. I think a vole ate it because it was in a good spot. And anyway, I'm wishing I could take home a small piece because there are literally thousands of small pieces here. Don's surprised we can't find any seeds. I guess it must lose the seeds early in the growing season and not late in the growing season. But even here you see it, and it's beautiful red leaves. It has some really interesting fall color. I will get another piece for our yard sometime. It's a nice little hike. I've warmed up now that we're moving. Also, there's more wind block on this side of the lake here by the, for a while we were where there wasn't a lot of wind block. I think we possibly have walked in the correct direction today to not walk the entire time uphill. We'll see. Possible. You have to be careful where you're walking here though. Especially if you're me. Bless you. Yeah, the houses are really close to the lake here looking down, and what they have in their yard ends up down here on the trail. This is Liriope. You can see the berries there. And there's some Helleborus that's come down the hill too, which is my experience in the yard also, that Helleborus, seeds relocate. There's a bit of Nandina out here too, and where we are it's considered invasive also, which is why sometimes, but not all the time, I go out in January and I cut the berries off so that it does, so I can enjoy the berries, but it doesn't continue to seed. There's also some concern about several bird species eating the berries and that not being good for them. Usually the birds know what to eat and what not to eat, but not so much with Nandina. It's the pirate bird that I don't see a lot and I can't remember the name of. I see the picture of it in my head. And I can't remember the name of it right now. So the lake is that way now, and because of the wetlands and the creek, the runoff things into the lake, this end you have to go out, a ways past the water and then get turned around going back basically on the other side of the lake. There's a mallard duck over there. I was hoping it was a wood duck. And Don says he thinks the beavers built this dam. I can't say that I disagree with him.
I think that is absolutely a beaver dam. I do not believe the people did that. I think that's too natural. Man, they did a great job if they faking a beaver dam if that's not a beaver dam.
Yep. So last time we remember walking, we came this way, which is why when we got to basically right there, we were so surprised that the enhanced trail ended. Although we like walking up there on the primitive trail just fine. It's not too many places we go that it's half one way. On both sides, I might add, but then around the backside, not. But that's good because, they got all those people's houses and they look down there and there's the tree roots and everything. It would destroy that view to some extent if they paved the trail there, so.
Oh, yeah, they'd have to blow a 30-foot wide path through there.
Yep, certainly not asking for them to do that. And I guess, too, if you think about it, you can see the sewer manhole cover up there. And trails around here, and I'm sure in other places, follow the sewer system. And then the sewer system is not down below those people's houses, so it doesn't go there. See, I got it figured out. High power lines and sewer systems equals trails in North Carolina.
We were in that other park over there in Apex. That one right there, it's US 64.
Yeah.
Do you remember that part?
Yes, I don't know what it's called though, but I do remember it.
Well, I bet you this transmission line that goes to that same place.
Yeah, could be. And there are a lot of connecting trails to here, so that way is the Oxford Hunt Greenway. A lot of the little strips just take you to your personal neighborhood if you live over here. All right, we've come full circle. We've been out here for 74 minutes and 2.15 miles. We used the facilities and took a picture of a sign that says they have a native tree sale here every year. And we'll try to catch that. Maybe they have maple leaf viburnum. A Model 3 left and a Volt is here. We told Jules we didn't want to take the toll road, and then she re-navigated and put us on it going toward it anyway. And then I canceled out navigation, told her where we were going. Dawn picked the non-toll road again, and then for the second time she told us, by golly, you're going on the toll road. Now I realize you can go turn off toll roads, but that's not the point. If on the screen down here it lets you pick not the toll road and that's your desired route, then under what possible thought process is the car deciding not to take you that way? Short of major delay on route chosen rerouting.
Right.
Then we understand. Then we're good with it. Then thank you, car, for doing. But we really didn't want to, A, pay for the toll road, but more importantly, we wanted to see pretty scenic roadways back to Fuquay and not the turnpike again. So yeah, it's got a mind of its own. The car has a mind of its own. Although Dawn did say that she was going the speed limit better today on the roads we were on, in the traffic that we were in, and that's really all we can say, because Jules hasn't changed her software releases like Ruby has. And you know, some days the speed limit will be, you know, sort of okay, and other days it's really irritating. Today was less irritating.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I've drove Jules. Last Thursday we took Ruby up to pick up our friends. Sharon Harris right in front of us.
Oh yeah, serious.
Pick up our friends, so I really haven't drove her that much. I've been driving Ruby. So I guess it's possible that I just never noticed. Maybe Jules was always doing a little bit better on the speed limit thing than Ruby was.
Dawn says we get to take part of the new turnpike today. We're not going to get off at 55. We're going to go over to,
what is called?
well, I think it's the Kildare Farm Road, Holly Springs one, and then that's the closest one, and then it will drop that south into Harris Teeter to be possibly slightly longer, but we'll get to check out some of the new turnpike. So
now look, she's thinking she's gonna get us off on 55.
That wasn't Dawn, that was the car.
Yeah, she thinks she's gonna get off on 55, but she thinks this lane right here is the exit lane, and it's not. Every time I've corrected her, or Ruby I've corrected every time for the last couple weeks. They missed this exit since they've opened up the new part. They don't get over. See that lane right here, exit only. That's the only lane that gets, well, then see, look at this. That's what I mean. See, she's going 0.4 miles
to exit, yet she moved us away from the exit lane.
And now she's
going to take us back. She can't make up her mind.
Well, I'm not going to let her exit this time because I really wanted to go. Well, look at her.
Oh, wow. Is she actually going to take us on? No, she put on.
I didn't. I promise I didn't do that. I did not do that.
Oh, wow. She thinks she's going to go now. And then she said no.
Oh, she's going to turn us around now.
She's going to turn us around. Very funny.
Yeah, so we let her. There's nobody behind us, so I was able to let her go. All right. I'm going to let her cancel here because we really want to go straight. But since this is opened up, she's lost her navigability to get through it.
Yeah, she's unable to properly exit at 54B right now. And that's been both cars.
East William Street.
That's been both cars, and that's been for several weeks since they opened up. So this is technically the new turnpike.
Right.
We have never been on this stretch of road before. It looks like the rest of the turnpike, but you know, you get the drill.
Yeah. See, look. Oh, you missed it. She's driving across.
Oh, she is. She's driving across nowhere.
Right. She doesn't know.
Up here, this part, she's showing you she doesn't know where that is.
She doesn't know where she's at.
But she knows she's on a road. She's trying, and this is where she starts. Oh, well,
here.
Hang on. No, but I wanted to show her. She keeps on trying to say which street she's exiting at, and of course, there's no exit here, and that's because she knows we're going over top of these surface streets, but she doesn't know what to do about it. And this is the same thing when it opened up Judd Parkway over by our house. We were going through the field for 6 months before she figured it out. So
see, she knows this road exists, but she doesn't know. It hasn't been told her it's okay to drive on it.
Yeah, let me get my orange shirt glare out of the way. Yeah, and she's beeping at Dawn every so often to sort of protest going through what she thinks is an unopened road.
Yeah. Oh boy, she's gonna love this one right here. How come I can't go up there? No.
Yeah. See, she puts the blue.
Can't
Thinking we can go there, but there's not really an exit there.
Yeah.
Takes her a while to figure out, you know. It was, as the guys up in Durham, our friend Ben Ross up there, that new stretch of turnpike up in the Durham area, it was, I swear it was 9 months for that one. This is just, we have got to do something about being able to get the navigation updated sooner. I realize in parts of the country they don't have new roads opening every time they turn around, but we do. And it's really annoying with these. I mean, how is full self-driving going to manage if the roads take 6 months to update after we've got new roads? It's just sort of, I mean, no doubt she's just driving along here and everything is fine, but
yeah,
I don't know what those little solar panels were over there, but something. Well, this is okay if she's getting us off here. This is the one we wanted to take, 50.
So we have now rode on part of the new 540.
Yeah, and it wasn't very smooth, so maybe we won't be desiring to do that for a while anyway.
Well, she's got this whole thing,
yeah,
diversion diamond, everything she knows.
She knows about it, but she doesn't know about it.
It's just not drivable space.
It's white instead of gray, so she doesn't think it's an open road. I guess that's her telling. So we're coming into the diverging diamond that I come through on the way home from Whole Foods. That's where we are. We're just coming out here.
Here we go. No turn on red. Wow. Okay.
But the thing of it is she does know about this road. This road is gray, although maybe, you know, the road was already here though, so it's not a quote unquote brand new. And I don't guarantee that she knows about all the lanes or any of that other stuff. She's slowing to 35 because she thinks the speed limit's dropped. I go through that every time I come through here with Ruby.
So, I stand corrected. Wow.
Did she do that?
Yeah,
she handled it okay?
She handled that okay.
Yeah. We don't have anyone behind us. That car, I don't know where they went, but they're not behind us.
Made a right turn.
Made a right turn, huh? Okay. This parking lot is the zoo that it usually is. You can always count on coming to Harris Teeter and having to deal with a lot of other cars. Look what we have for Johnny. Don even got to use his senior discount today at Guardian Angel.
They felt sorry for me.
Well, it was senior day, but yeah. Don said this one has a nice granny gear. Nice, you know, going up hills gear.
Yeah, it's got it's 21 speeds.
Wow. There's a nice reflector here and some sort of a little case thing back there.
And the seat's padded on this one. The other one, I rode 2 bikes, and they were both $60. And I chose this one over the other one because this one had a kickstand and the other one did not. The only kickstand that we had is gone. It was on John. I took it off of Mary Ann's old bike and put on the bike Johnny had that got stolen. So we don't have any more kickstands. So I would have had to buy a kickstand, and they're not free.
This one's a better color. It's a newer bike. It wasn't left outside. There were several compelling reasons why this bike was better.
That's right. There are several reasons why this
one reason why the other bike was preferred, and that wasn't enough to sway it.
That's correct.
And we're going to get a picture of the VIN, and I'm fixing to take a picture and send it to Johnny. Because Don spent a lot of time with Johnny on the other bike and deciding what was the right bike for him, so he knows,
that's right,
height-wise and all these other things, what was a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Don made it up the driveway.
Yeah, I was in the third lowest gear. I could have went 2 gears lower.
I'm done blowing in the front yard. I redid the parking pad. The backyard, I did the backyard too. That's why when it rains tomorrow, we'll be in pretty good shape for a whole bunch more leaves to come down. Hey, Tux. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. I need to print one more branch, but I am out of green. Well, I'm down to not enough green to print another branch. So Don's going to put it together with just 5 branches instead of 6. And these are the ones that have the little locking mechanism. And I've laid it out how I want it. And he's promised to fix it when I can print the 6th branch. Which Bamboo hasn't told me they've mailed the filament yet. So I don't have any hopes until next week. Not really. But anyway, it's pretty darn cool. And Don's going to fix it up for me and bring it in the house. And I'm going to go get you some food ready.
That's right.
While you're doing that.
So this, yeah. So about 52 millimeters is the width, and if the trigger bumps to hold the thing in there, the trigger needs to be 100.
Okay, Don's making me print something practical. Looking good. So to be kinder to the person putting them where you want them, you should really stay with them and point this one here now, because it's hard to put them on and not lose what goes where when you're lifting it up to turn the screw. But I was cooking is why I was inside and making you a cup of coffee and doing all that good stuff. So
that's right.
Like I said, we'll add the 5th branch or the 6th branch when we get it. We just don't have it.
Right.
We can't print it today. I'm out of green. Well, I have sparkle green.
It's okay. We're using orange for my thing, though.
And I have extra orange, so that's good. I've got a couple hours until dinner, and I am looking forward to working on the castle with a pumpkin spice coffee. I'm finished with it. Everybody says that the designer of this mock should have included more turrets or something else on top, that the back roof isn't good enough. And I think I'm going to end up adding some turrets, but turrets, you know, these cone-shaped things, fanciness on the roof. But dinner's 13 seconds from the timer going off, and I'm done for tonight. I'm done with his mock the way he had it built. I really didn't make any changes to it except for a few decorations on the inside, because one of the books isn't the right book, and I used what I had and maybe even added more and made it better. So it's, you know, it's good. There's where we put the wreath. I wanted someplace I could enjoy it. We added that command strip. For Thanksgiving and Christmas, when we're all decorated up, or really any time of the year, I have options there now. I have options.
So I'm having Marianne's printing for me this 20 volt Black & Decker battery holder. It has a little thing. You put this green in here, and we're starting to print the red one right here. And so if it's discharged, you got this little indicator window to let you know if it's charged or not. And so I'm going to mount that to my cabinet over here so I can keep up with my batteries.